And good afternoon, everybody. Good to see y'all again. Welcome into our first race of the day here, and again in our 5th week of the Binding of Isaac Racing League 2nd season. And let me get some music going in the background like I always forget to do because God, the audio engineer doesn't want to have music going on. There you go. Knew you'd enjoy that. Anyways, moving on over what we have so far today on our, do we have 4 races? We have 4 races or 5 races today, but either way, we're going to start off with Cdrbystro against ArrTeaSea. So we have our Carolina Panthers versus our Arizona Cardinals representatives today. And again, if you guys go to BOILeR.org right now, you can check out the standings and everything up in there, along with the rest of the schedule for today. Get everything kind of situated so I can see what's going on. There we go. Now I can actually see everything. Nonetheless, like I said, what we do here for anybody new to the whole racing scene that we do, we race Binding of Isaac with Isaac itself. We both have the same save file. It's Platinum God, so everything is unlocked on it. We take Isaac best 2 out of 3 through the womb too, so you have to kill Mom's heart. Excuse me. Once one of the racers does that, we reset both of them and get them both going again from scratch. And like I said, it's a best 2 out of 3, so you have to do that twice. On that note, here come the outlawed items, if the bot will ever link them. There we go. Which are Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel. You cannot pick up any of those whatsoever, but if you have your D6, you are allowed to re-roll them. That's why we play as Isaac. That way you have your D6. Other than that, nothing really special other than worrying about not skipping past the womb 2. That is kind of vitally important in the whole process. Magic D250 will vouch, although he still won his race. Long story, we'll get there if we get there. Actually, I believe we actually have a link for this now. Is it Magic or is it Magic D250? I can't remember. There it is. There's that link. That'll show you what happens if you go accidentally into an I Am Error room on the womb 2. So you'll see that happen. On that note, I know these two are not on a call, so if you two are both ready to go, if you want to fire around the room for me, and then I'll know individually that you can both hear me and that we're ready to go here, and then I'll do a countdown for you whenever that's the case. But again, we'll start off our excuse me, sorry about that, my throat is not working with me suddenly, but we'll start off our race momentarily here. Looks like Bystro's ready to go. Diana's here. Thank you for the raid, Diana. ArrTeaSea's ready to go. So again, let me refresh ArrTeaSea's just to be on the real safe side, because the fact that somebody who lives a state away from me is on more delay than somebody who lives in Scotland is kind of mystifying. There we go. All right, just had to make sure that we were up to date as much as could possibly be. So, being that we're ready to go, let me do the countdown for these two. I'm going to start from 3. When I say go, feel free, you two. And let's do this thing in 3, 2, 1. And go anytime that you're ready. Good luck to you both. And again, they will both be taking off slightly differently timing, I'm sure, because I'm doing the countdown and it's a matter of when they hear me. And here comes the link for the dual stream. In 1 second. Yes, so it begins. Alright, so Christina the first, ArrTeaSea, sorry, I call her Christina. Everybody should probably know that up by now, but nonetheless, ArrTeaSea starting off first. And that reset actually worked pretty well, because now she's ahead of Bystro by a mile on this. There we go. Now Bystro's off and around. Oh god, the poop. So we got 2 resets. We have the coin bag, or the bag of coins, I should say, and the poop. Yeah, not a good way to start the day off. These are not carry items, folks. This is not what you want to see. It's a poop. Alright, so nothing in that curse room for ArrTeaSea. We got our first boss fight over for Bystro on the left-hand side. He's going to go look for his item room first, I'm sure. My cat is tearing something to shreds, and I can't find him. Interesting. That's a scary thought. Both have their item rooms again. We got Shoop to Whoop, not the worst thing ever for ArrTeaSea. That's basically a one-time use of Brimstone. You can put it to good use early on. And we got Blood Rights on the left side for Bystro. That's going to be a reset, but that would actually injure you to injure everything in the room if you were to use it. Half a heart of damage. It might be a full heart of damage each time. I kind of forget. Either way, though, you injure yourself and everything in the room takes a pretty decent amount of damage. You'll pretty much one-hit anything like flies, for example. So it's not terrible, but man, you don't want to start with that. You really don't. Now, it worked out fine yesterday. I forget who it was. I think it was Gambit picked that up on the first floor, and it worked out fine for him, but it's a matter of how much health you get. That's a real risky item. Hey, what's up, Gumbo? Good morning. And good morning, absolutely, everybody. Well, morning for me. It's 2 in the afternoon, but this is morning for me. Don't judge me. There's stem cells on the right for ArrTeaSea, so that's health up and shot speed increase. Speaking of shot speed increase, well, not shot speed, but fire rate increase, Cdrbystro picked up Chocolate Milk, one of the few that will do so in this league. So that's interesting. You can either charge your shots or rapid spam your fire button in whatever direction you're firing to make your own tier rate, basically. So chocolate milk can be good, but you're going to have a serious case of ow, my hand by the end of the hour. And on that note, we got ArrTeaSea picking up a very good second item. The Halo gives her all stats up by 1, so she gets health up and all of her other stats. I'm not 100% sure that it adds range. I'm going to have to test that one day, but it's kind of up in the air. I'm not sure that it does. Yeah, and the carry begins. The email note woke you up. How you doing, High Flying? Good morning. I was waiting for it, especially because Diana just raided. Let's see those no crowns. Oh my. Speaking of crowns, how about a crown of thorns with Blood of the Martyr to top off his Patchin' Boy crown for Cdrbystro, so that's a damage up. Should he get other items in conjunction with it, it's actually a damage multiplier as well, but we'll get there if we get there. Ah, gotta love those no crowns. Again, that's called Patchin' Boy that Cdrbystro picked up. Again, what that does is it drops a couple of coins on the ground. We call it Diana's crown, though, just, ha ha ha. So it was too fitting. We had to put the no crowns in. So let's see. Ooh, Balls of Steel. Very nice pill find there for Bystro. He also gets Peeper, which is that eye that you see flying around the room and cracking my voice because apparently I can't say that word. But nonetheless, that will actually do damage to anything it comes in contact with. So decent enough find. You can see Bystro shoots out 2 different types of tears as well. So the empty eye socket shoots out a different type of tear. And we got more health up for ArrTeaSea on the right, plus of the first devil deal of the day. And it's Krampus. We don't even get a chance to buy an item. You have to do another mini-boss fight. Good news is, you get the lump of coal at the end of this, which will increase your shot damage and size as they move further across the screen. Now again, that's based off of your range, which is really just time on screen. It's not, oh, here's the distance it travels. It's really time on screen. So if you get something that can warp your shots around in a circle, like, Wiggle Worm and a couple of other things like My Reflection, the longer they're on screen, the bigger they're going to get, the more damage they're going to do when they do make contact. All right, Pinky Eye on the right, or left side, I'm sorry. Dyslexia 4 cure found. Can't even tell directions, but you can see every now and then a green shot popping out of Cdrbystro. That's the Pinky Eye giving about a 10% chance of getting poison effects on your shots. Oh, I'll almost put money down that Bystro's next boss is Peep. I'll almost put money on that. It always happens. If you pick up Peeper, you're almost guaranteed to fight Peep sometime real soon thereafter. Alright, ArrTeaSea gonna grab that heal back up, work on down to her Catacombs one. Also getting Catacombs for that matter, so both have the expansion floor right now. Again, Bystro's got that Curse of Darkness. Doesn't really matter, we've seen everything on his floor. He's got his boss fight right here, so he'll be finishing this up momentarily. And like I said, ArrTeaSea just getting to it, so she's starting off her Caves 1. A very slight advantage because of that Devil deal being Krampus for Bystro at the moment. Well, the Devil deal was Krampus for ArrTeaSea. The advantage goes to Bystro because of that extra time spent. That's what I meant to say. On that note, I was wrong. It's Pestilence, by the way, for Bystro. So he's going to wind up with a cube of meat off of this. Almost all the horsemen will give you a cube of meat. Wow, dual poops. They're everywhere. The poop carry on both sides. Now I don't know who's carried more. They've both had the poop. Alright, into a devil deal that is actually a deal, and Bystro's going to buy the pack for 2 red hearts. That'll replace those with 2 blue soul hearts. What are you howling about, cat? Anyways, that'll replace the 2 blue hearts he spent with, or 2 red hearts he spent with 2 blue hearts, and also give him fire rate and damage increase. Oh, and I was wrong. I forgot about this. Bystro hadn't gotten to his item room. I was wrong. That was the last floor where he did that. So, obviously, having found his item room now. Ooh. Now that's interesting. The Lucky Foot will make all of Bystro's pills nothing but good or neutral effects. So no more bad pills, no more damaging ones. No more any sort of stat downs, nothing of that nature. Also helps him gamble a little bit. He will never basically lose on the purple slot machines if he comes across them. But on that note, he'll be moving on down to his caves too. And let's see, Curse of the Lost will add a few extra rooms to Bystro's floor. Usually not too many this early on, but hey, it still adds a lot of time. There's tons of pills in the game, though. Just because you got one good pill doesn't mean that all of them are going to be good. Not until you guarantee it with the Luck Foot or the PhD. Alright, Red Patch or Picky Eye? Ooh, Red Patch, I'll be damned. So Bystro is going to take that Red Patch with him. What that's actually going to do is if he gets hit, you get about a 33% chance that that'll actually up your damage for the room. You'll look more like Meat Boy at the time. There you see Book of BOILeR, time and a half damage multiplier for Bystro as well. So again, with the already pretty damaging tiers he had, you multiply that by time and a half. Yeah, he's doing pretty good for himself here damage-wise. And there's that Red Patch enacting. Like I said, you're going to look a little more like Meat Boy and your damage will increase. Whoa, lots of poison shots. Wow, that actually worked out very well for ArrTeaSea. I can't believe that those poison shots took out the enemies that far away. That worked out very well for her. And again, you're always going to get flash lag on stuff like that. Especially when he glitches out and shoots like, anywhere between 6 and 10 of those poison shots. I've seen upwards of 13. So it will lag you every time. Don't worry about that. And let's see, Bystro with that loading screen error, really hoping for an XL floor, but I don't know. Depends on what it does here. There's that cube of meat again coming off of Pestilence for ArrTeaSea, let alone a little health up because she just picked up an Eternal Heart. That half a white heart just turned into a full-on red heart container for her as she moved on to the next floor. 88 poison Mr. Mega Bombs, you forgot that part. No, God, no, they're doing Rebirth in, I think it's C++ or something like that, but no, they're ditching Flash like it's yesterday's news, because it is. They know. Their Flash is so limited that they can't put in the stuff that they wanted to. Edmund said that on cast, actually, that basically they didn't get to put in, like, any of the stuff that he wanted. So now that it's getting recoded in C++, there's so much more room. They can do every nasty thing that Edmund wanted to, and this game's going to get a lot harder, I think. Like, a lot harder. But we'll see what happens. I don't have much faith, though. But I'm not sure I trust him. Gee, I wonder why that could be, Alec. There you see ArrTeaSea using her shoop to whoop very well, clearing out the room in one fell swoop. Gee, you mean people don't trust what Edmund says? Yeah, the thing with the disappearing rocks, when you bomb trying to get into, there's a couple bombs in the center of the room, for example, and you use one of your bombs trying to get one of the rocks to move over as your ladder, if you will, like this, that Cdrbystro has, and the rock just disappears. That's a flash glitch. Edmund even said, I don't know why that happens, it is. I'm sorry, but it happens. I have no idea why, and it ticks me off, because we were watching Vendor 3 Slackaholicus while I was talking to him. And he saw it happen and just oh god, that right there kills me. And I look over and I saw exactly what it was. Oh yeah, one of those flash glitches. God, that just annoys everybody. I can't imagine as the creator of the game that it makes you feel any better when you see stuff like that. Absolutely, you can get the dual link. There you go, Dean. If the bot says... There we go. There's the link for you, Dean. So let's see, into boss fights here. We're just about going into a boss fight on the right side. But Bystro fighting his Depths 1 boss already, looking at Loki here. So again, with these very damaging tiers, that Book of BOILeR doing time and a half damage multiplier on it, and just missing. Peeper just missed Loki, are you kidding? A little more range up for Bystro, that's never a bad thing. Into another devil deal, Demon Baby and Guppy's Tail, both of which he says no thanks to. With this low of health, yeah, you can't really afford those. If those were game-changing items, yes, but neither is. You could have only afforded the one on the left anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered too much. Either way, ArrTeaSea fighting, champion version of Gertie. This is the tanky one we've been seeing all weekend so far. I don't think we've seen any other version of Gertie yet, quite honestly, in the 5 races that we've had. And she's been showing up almost all the time. It's kind of weird. Either way, into a library here for Bystro. Getting the Book of Sin there. That will spawn one random type of item for you. Excuse me. Also the Monster Manual. He wants neither of those. He's going to obviously keep his time and a half damage multiplier with him. And a couple more shots for ArrTeaSea. This will take care of Gertie, and then she'll just have to worry about all the extra spawns in the room here. Shouldn't take too long, though. These aren't really challenging at all. Bystro, on the other hand, getting caught in a real nasty room of screaming babies. I hate these things, and I know Wolf, for example, absolutely detests these enemies. I think I can pretty much say these are probably some of his least favorites. If you guys saw the finals of last season, you know exactly what I mean. There we see ArrTeaSea getting the Magic 8-Ball. That's actually mismarked. That is shot speed increase, and you get a card or a soul heart off of it when you pick it up, so she's going to take the High Priestess card. Yeah, he got rid of his D6. You can only use a D6 against the 7 banned items in the league anyways. Excuse me. So meaning that is about a 3.5% chance that you're going to come across any of them. Unless you're Gambit, and then you get 2 of the same ones on the same floor. Cough, cough. There we go. Those are the 7 banned items, though. And basically the only time you can use your D6 is against those. So most will get rid of it about as quick as they can. Unless you're Full Metal Gambit, then you keep your D6 the entire run. Alright, finally getting through that loading screen. Let's see if ArrTeaSea is lucky enough to get an XL floor. If that's even considered lucky at this point. Nope, no such luck for either of them, so she's going to get a Depths 1 as well. And you can see the Bystro on Depths 2 has still got himself a lead here, just looking for a boss fight. ArrTeaSea still looking to play some catch-up, over a full floor behind right now. Yeah, the amount of times the Full Metal Gambit in these 2 seasons has actually rerolled Bibles is getting kind of filthy. He's somewhere up around like 8 or 9 rerolls in the 2 seasons so far of just Bibles. So if you think about that, like, Gambit apparently is a very holy man, because the Bible follows him around. It knows. Oh, can we get a Judgy please for Bystro? So let's see, Lover's card so far would spawn 2 red hearts for him. Come on, Judgy. Judgy. Judgy please. That's a key, not necessarily what he wanted or needed. 4 more cents. Come on, let's see an item. Let's see a legitimate item. Bombs are good. Not when they're on spikes. There we go. Very nice pickup. Come on. Oh, really? Really? That's his last penny. There you go. Oh, wow. With his last penny. Judgy, thank you. There goes the Book of BOILeR. That'll be the blue candle for Cdrbystro. Woohoo. He's going to be very happy about that. Wait till you see him get into the next room. He's probably going to utilize it endlessly. There you go. Notice the quick recharge on it. That happens during your fights in the room, too. Look at the recharge. Doot. Ready. Yeah, that thing is ridiculously carry. That is a ridiculously carry item right there. So great find for Bystro off of that Judgy. That's why you asked Judgy nicely to give you something. Because he will. Alright, couple more enemies to clear here for ArrTeaSea. Wow, that was close. And again, she does have a library on the floor, but it looks like she's going to leave that in favor of trying to find her item room first. She does only have the 1 key to get into these type of rooms, so doesn't want to use it quite yet. Maybe she comes across her item room and boss fight right next to each other and never goes back to there. Oh, the challenges get interesting, don't they, Texas? Like, every now and then you think you got one, and it's just like, oh, suddenly I start getting screwed. Like, the 9 Lives challenge will hose me over on a consistent basis. Oh, Bystro just barely knocking that bomb out of the way. That's why you gotta be careful where you shoot. Are you kidding? Like, really with that? Really? Really, people? Okay, sure. Anyway, speaking of boss fights, ArrTeaSea has come across hers, though no item room yet. Wow, these, again, are getting to be somewhat similar runs. We got Shoop to Whoop showing up for Bystro. He's gonna pick it up just to make sure it doesn't show up again. But again, he'll keep that blue candle. Far more overpowered an item. Yeah, exactly. With that High Priestess card, it'll be very easy to take out most bosses, depending on who it is. Ooh, and it's Gish. Yeah, this will be easy. So you'll see ArrTeaSea does a very smart thing here. You take out the small ad enemies, or the extra enemies, I should say. Take those out first, then drop High Priestess. That way she isn't tempted to go after either of the flies. She'll go directly after Gish. So very nice move there. And again, onto Red Mom's fight. And again, you can see there's 2 different ways you can go about this. I'm actually kind of surprised that Bystro did this. The combination actually worked fine. But if you use the blue candle, you can pop that straight into those closed eyeball doors. And even if they're closed, it will still do mass damage. So, again, you see the burnt penny actually helping out Bystro as well. Let alone all these pills that he knows are going to be nothing but good and or neutral. Neutral meaning telepills are neutral pills, by the way. So he teleported right back out and now has a long way to walk all the way back to that boss fight room. At least he knows what telepills look like now. Glitch with the High Priestess is on this link coming up here. Actually, no, on my screen I won that one, which is really sad. right, into her last item room. Ugh. Yeah, see, now if Bystro got those pills, he'd be a very happy man, but not quite the case for ArrTeaSea. She doesn't know what she's going to get out of those, so she's going to leave Mom's pills behind. Again, guys, it's MLG weekend. Nothing works right on Twitch. Just come to accept that. Oh god, Christina finding masks. That's like the last thing she ever wants to see, by the way. She hates those enemies, let alone that boss fight, with an absolute passion. She knows she isn't going to get it here on this floor, but still. Ugh. Alright, so let's see. A little more luck up for Bystro. Not that he really needed it so much at this point, but hey, pills are pills. You might as well find out what they are when you have the luck foot. Might as well take them. You know they're going to be good and or neutral, so might as well try it. Wow, that was a little too close. Again, Bystro living kind of on the edge here with only these 4 hearts right now. In the womb, everything hits you for 1 full-on heart of damage. There are no item rooms again, so you're just looking for a boss fight. He'll be back in for that momentarily when all the junk clears. And again, you leave rooms like that so you line up your bombs a little bit better and you get more coverage. Reasons like this are why. Any red rock down in the womb can actually be an item rock. And there you see he gets a belt out of it, so plus, I believe it's like 20% movement speed. It's movement speed increase, that's the important thing. I doubt Bystro would honestly take a telepill on the next floor. I would much rather fight Mom's heart with this health than I would the devil. Also because of explosions and things of that nature. Wow, that was close. Whew. I was a little too close there for Bystro. There we go. Alright, get the exploding one out of the way. That's your biggest fear in that room. God, speaking of rooms with just absolute fear, how about the one ArrTeaSea was in, right? Or is in still, I should say. I do not like having to fight that many greed heads that all shoot out in those V patterns. Makes it so impossible for me to dodge. There you see she's found her mom's foot fight, so she isn't too far behind Bystro right now, and it's all a matter of when you find your boss fights within the womb itself, so I would definitely not count her out right now. This is still a very close race. And again, especially with the health considerations here. So let's see, regular Gray Mom for ArrTeaSea. Nothing too special about this. She'll wind up spawning a couple of normal level enemies, like you see the Globins and the shooting head here. Alright, very nice use actually of Shoop to Whoop, making sure that she hit the leg with it. Wow, though she's getting no luck getting the leg to hit that one item rock. It's literally missing by 1 tile every time. And again, with no bomb, she's really trying to get the leg to do that for her. Today more than any other day. Yeah, I don't know about that. How about not last week, week before, whatever it was, when you did that ridiculous teleport to what should have been an item room, but was actually your boss fight. Mr. I did an 11-minute run. So anyways, you see death over on the left side for Bystro getting hit, so at least he's got more damage up, but wow, this is not where you want to be on this fight right now. I'd be a little more than scared. There you go. I was gonna say, make sure that you get that war taken out before it spawns any other enemies for you. Wow, that got too close. Bystro, you're scaring me, man. So down to this 1 heart, Bystro cannot get hit right now. Jeez. There we go. Very nicely done. There's a second cube of meat floating around Bystro. Gonna go grab that other heal. That other coin probably will leave that pill behind. Lo and behold, he did. Not really shocked. So he'll take the Hangman card. That'll allow him to fly if at all possible. Or for whatever, 1 room, I should say. Alright, so moving on to her womb one again. Both right now have expansion versions of the womb, so you're going to see a few tougher enemies, possibly tougher bosses. Again, for Bystro, you know what boss he's going to get. Nothing will be special about it in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be Mom's Heart. That fight ain't special. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, he knows what boss fight he'll wind up with here. Again, though, down at that sketchy 1 heart, you got to be real careful here not to get hit. Or hope to find a whole lot of soul hearts in these rocks. One of the two. No such luck. What's up, Take? How you doing? Yep, I'm gonna have to guess the bot is down at the moment. Ah, there it goes. Now it's finally catching up. Jesus. Alright, Bystro finding yet another dead end, finally working his way out. Still at 2 hearts, so he's still hanging on here. No, again, guys, Burner, you didn't win. Guys, chat is fucked up. Yours says that you're doing it before the other one because there is lag in chat. Can we stop worrying about stupid shit like that? Because you're not winning. Did you notice that I put the thing in and on mine Spazbot wins, so you're not winning. Trust me, there's nothing to worry about with it anyways. It's a competition with a lagging chatbot. Woohoo. It's like trying to play video games against a handless monkey. On that note, Bystro dies, so I'd like to catch up on that one just a little bit here. So he's all the way back to start, getting teleported, wow, directly into a god room, and lo and behold, we have a Sacred Heart, ladies and gentlemen. See, what is it with this game? Like, when you die like this, and if it, I think somehow it knows that your opponent is somewhat far ahead and looking pretty good on their run, and then it starts giving you ridiculously overpowered items. So there you see, Sacred Heart, huge damage multiplier, homing shots on your tears. What else does it do? Jeez, let's see. I believe it also has knockback, if I'm not mistaken. There you see, Crack the Sky, couldn't think of the name of it, being used by Bystro. So 6 random beams of light coming down through the room that you can walk through, that's okay, but if your enemies hit, huge damage to them. We've actually seen that basically one-hit Mom's foot. Yep, Sacred Heart. So tasty. God, I love that item. I seriously do. Such a great item. But again, it's like every time, if somebody dies and they know that, like, you know, their opponent's on the womb or something, the game just seems to be like, here's this overpowered item, start catching up quickly. Like, every time. Exactly. Welcome to MLG weekend, guys. So if you think you're talking and, like, your chat just stops moving or something, MLG. All I can say to answer that one is say chat's having a moment. So with that many people watching like one channel, for example, chat servers are just going like, I can't breathe. So it'll happen. Welcome to large events. Just how it works. Ooh, Fallen for a Utero 1 boss fight here for ArrTeaSea. That's kind of an oddball to find here, but she's going to wind up with a devil deal out of this. Or not a devil deal, but a devil deal item for free, I should say, out of this. Yeah, and LCS. That's the other good point. I kind of forgot that was going on too. So it's gonna happen. Alright, Spystro finding that item room. Probably was just looking for boss fights at this point. I'm sure he doesn't really necessarily care about the items. They're cool and all to have, but with no keys especially. Yeah, that's why he's putting out the poop. He's just looking for a key to get into that. Couple more hits for ArrTeaSea. Let's see what she winds up with. Ooh, Sister Maggie. A little bit more damage coming out from a follower behind her. And moving on down to the womb too. So now just looking for the mom split fight. And he didn't seem to understand why I timed you out before. Alright, $3 bill. Random shot effects on everything that Bystro puts out per room now. So you'll see everything from, like, right now. I think he's got number 1, if I'm looking at that correctly. It's kind of hard to tell with the Sacred Heart taking over most of the effects. Whew. Very nice use of Crack the Sky there. Like I was saying, on the early bosses especially, if you get that to land, that's going to do some mass damage for you. And there you have it. And do you honestly think that each channel is its own chat server, out of curiosity, Widow? It's really not. Yeah, Sacred and $3 bills. So you can see, like, the triple shot that Bystro got there. It makes for some very interesting combinations. Honestly, I think at that point I would guarantee take the $3 bill. Usually I wouldn't consider it, but I don't know. Already having a Sacred Heart, I think that synergy may be too cool from time to time. I may have to take that if I ever come across that combo. It just seems too cool. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But again, Bystro getting another triple shot. And again, you can see why I wouldn't mind taking it. But again, it's ArrTeaSea. Just about screwed her name up completely again. Called her half between Christina and ArrTeaSea. I don't even want to go there. Beside the point, though, ArrTeaSea has found her mom's heart fight, so she'll be moving on into that, looking to take herself a 1-0 lead really shortly here. Key is useless, so not even going to bother. And in we go. So mom's heart once again. 2 bombs here, so going to get a little interesting. She may just play him against both of these. There you see, make sure you take one of those out as soon as you can, those eyeballs that is, because otherwise you're going to get shot by them, and especially with 3 hearts, that's the last thing you want is to take damage right off the bat. Oh, chat may have gone nom 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 to me trying to trigger that. Alright, Spystro getting the husk here. Oh, just missed with that Crack the Sky, and I didn't mean just missed it. Well, let's recap how many people are in here, and it's lagging, so that's 1/10 of what's in the one that you're saying is working fine. It's chat lag all the way across the board. I hate to tell you how that works, but it's all the way across the board. And did somebody say om nom 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 in this? How you doing, by the way? Love the name. Gotta say, I love the username on you. Actually, that's not inner eye that he's got. What that is he's got $3 bill, Simon. So, basically, or Simon, I'm sure it is actually, now that I read that closer. Either way, though, that's actually $3 bill, so he's getting random shot effects in every room. Yes, this is Wrath of Lamb expansion. We got Platinum God on both save files, and every single thing is unlocked, including all the secrets for both racers. Alright, so there you see ArrTeaSea putting her shoop to whoop to use. I would have waited for this spawn in particular, especially with only the 1 bomb left. I would have waited for this one, but she probably just mistimed it by 1 there, would be my guess. Yeah, except it's $4 burner. Alright, so about halfway through the It Lives fight. Yeah, Bystro picked up Sacred Heart. He got teleported into a God Room on the first floor, got Sacred Heart right off the bat. So he's got Sacred Heart and the $3 bill for the random shot effects. Oh, soundtrack's a bug. Alright, so at about the halfway mark, just about to finish off this one extra, or two extra now that I see them. Thought there was only the one extra follower there, but nope, never mind, there was one more. So Christina finishing that off, just a little bit more to go. Oh, these knights. These masked knights. Oh, I was going to say just a little more to go until Mom's Heart stays out the rest of the time, but she's going to have to worry about these enemies first now. Although doing a very good job at them. I'm doing great, folks. Good to see y'all showing up. Yeah, damn, chat's way behind if you're just seeing Judgy. Chat be om-nom-nomming the messages. There you see, once again, wow, Crack This Guy doing a pretty good job for Bystro. It's helping him catch up quite a bit. Like, that's doing at least half damage to every one of the bosses that he's come across so far, let alone one-hit one of his bosses. But again, it's going to be too little too late. ArrTeaSea still with enough health, just a little bit more to take from Mom's Heart here. And she has got herself a 1-0 lead. So again, very nice race there by both parts, or on both parts, I should say. The one death, you had very, very low health, Bystro. There was nothing you could do about that. He was so far, and he was ahead. But the problem was, Bystro had such low health. In the womb, you get trapped in that one stupid room, and you're never going to get out of it. And if you have only 2 hearts, yeah, that 2 hits and you're done. So you're kind of screwed right there. Nonetheless, 1-0 lead as ArrTeaSea gets herself all the way through that run. Very nice run on both parts, like I said, though. So very nicely done, ArrTeaSea. Give us 1 minute here really quick. Let me get you the link into both of their channels. Hopefully the bot will actually do that. Maybe not. Anyways, we'll get the link in channel to get into both of their channels really quick here. And tell them both great job on that one. And wow, and that random tooth shot. Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a combination. I'm totally picking up $3 bill if I get Sacred Heart from now on. Either way, though, we'll be right back in 1 minute. We'll get both of these racers reset and see if we can't get them good to go for the next run. Try to get the rooms that they want. Give me 1 minute to run some ads, and thank you again for all the support. We'll be right back with round number 2 momentarily. We'll see if ArrTeaSea can finish it off 2-0, or if Bystro can make his comeback and hopefully win 2-1. So we'll be right back. Thank you again. Alright, we're back and we're clear. Give it a minute or two for these two to get their runs reset here. Wow, yeah, chat is being severely lagging, or it is eating all the messages from Spazbot, because I've only seen one of those 4 chat ad things roll. So yeah, chat's being a little wonk-tastical at the moment, so we're gonna have to bear with that for a little while. But again, since you guys don't want to have to watch this over and over, well, they're just resetting. Actually, Bystro might have found his. He found the perfect room right as I flip over, so perfect. Either way, though, just because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that for a minute or two, it'll basically just be like, you know, the intro screen for a minute. Ah, yes, the ever-popular kid thinking that he's bragging because he used ad block. I hope you really enjoyed the still screen. You know, that didn't move for the minute of the ads. I really don't give a shit if you don't watch them. Seriously, I don't care. Here's the funny part, though. Like, I don't go into your job and be like, I cut up your paycheck. Sure, I could do it. But do you really need to hear me say it? Alright, so ArrTeaSea getting our resets going here. Yeah, no luck so far. Basement XL. Oh, actually, she might have gotten it. Yes, she did. She actually got her room, so there you have it. So we're just about ready to go for round number 2 here. That was actually... Oh, wait, I take that back. Haha, she wasn't happy with it. Or she hit the wrong button, one of the two. I thought she was happy with it, but nope, I was wrong. Also, shit, I completely miscaptured Bystro's and I just realized it. Oh, well, I can't do it now. Wow, so yeah, I think chat is flat herpaderped at the moment. Alright, there we go. Looks like ArrTeaSea's got her room now. So again, if both of the racers can hear me, if you two want to fire some shots across the room, hopefully you can actually hear me at this point. Otherwise, yeah, I guess if not, then you guys are going to figure out how to do your own countdown or something. But hopefully you guys can both hear me. Looks like ArrTeaSea can hear me. She's firing some shots. Let's see if Bystro can. There you go. So not too much delay on the two of them. Awesome sauce. So we're about ready to go for round number 2 here. I'll do a countdown, and then we'll get them both racing through the womb 2. So whoever takes out Mom's Heart first is going to be your winner. ArrTeaSea looking to win 2-0. Bystro looking to force a game number 3 right now. So again, good luck to both, and let's get this thing rolling in 3, 2, 1. And go anytime you're ready, and you hear that. Again, there's going to be a slight delay between the two of them, just because Bystro's in Scotland. ArrTeaSea is not too far away from me. So there will probably be a very slight delay, but they'll be off and running very shortly here. And we'll have round number 2 underway. There you go. Never mind, there was no delay whatsoever. I spoke too soon. We got Infestation for Bystro. Looks like he's actually going to take that. If he gets hit, that will have a chance of spawning... Well, not a chance. It will actually spawn a Friends Till the End fly for him. Ouch. 2 luck down pills. He actually took both of them. Interesting. Oh, and 2 bad trip pills. One will actually turn into a full health pill for him, so he's going to take that with him. And let's see, ArrTeaSea finding her boss fight, but again, gonna find her item room, I'm sure, before she takes that out. Gotta find out if you got a run worthy of keeping before you worry about taking out a boss fight. So again, there you can see what happened. The full health pill. Well, actually, the bad trip pill turned into a full health pill when Bystro was down to 1 heart there. Picked up half a heart, and it turned right back into a bad trip pill. So there's where you have to think about what you're doing. So there's that fair bit of warning. Like, you may think that that's a really, really, really bad pill, but hold on to it long enough, and that becomes a really good thing for you. So let's see. Oh, range down. Bystro's just getting no luck with this. I don't think it's going to matter too much to Taco. I don't even see anybody talking, so... That was the only thing I've seen since number 2 out of 4 on the bot for the chat ad, so... I'm guessing chat be kinda screwed. So let's see, there's 1 key for ArrTeaSea if nothing else. But again, looking for just some sort of starting item that isn't anything crappy. She just wants to get this run underway for herself here. Bystro just about done with Monstro, a couple more % to go. Yeah, that'll do it. Sister Maggie, a little more damage up on a follower behind you. So ArrTeaSea will be off and running, looking for her boss fight. Again, very little difference between the two right now. Bystro, though, has finished off his first floor boss, gets a little health up, and he'll be working on down to basement 2. Wow, chestception for ArrTeaSea. Mini chest inside a chest. So cute. Ooh, absolutely nothing in that curse room either, so down to the 1 heart going into her first boss fight. Bystro coming across his second boss, or item room, though has no key to get into it right now. And ArrTeaSea just about having finished off Larry Jr. here. Just another about 10% to go. Again, at this point, Bystro just needs a key. I'm sure he does not want to leave item rooms behind this early. A little bit of range up with Mom's Underwear there for ArrTeaSea. And she'll be onto her second floor. Speaking of, there's your key, and Spoonbender, so homing shots for Cdrbystro. Interesting find. I'm not really a fan of these things. I don't happen to like the way that they tend to home in on the front of enemies that you have to hit from behind. So I'm not really keen on those. Everybody else seems to love homing shots. I hate them. Again, maybe that's just me. I am not a fan of those. Alright, so let's see. No bomb to get into both that item rock and the key for Bystro. That's just evil. That's just the game being evil. Like, oh, yeah, you can get these two. Oh, you don't have a bomb. So he's going to hope for some sort of bomb on the way through here, though I'm sure won't exactly cry if he can't get to it. But, hey, that health up, possibly another key. All that would be a very nice thing for him. Just can't get to it at the moment. ArrTeaSea waiting that out. Pills are pretty much off limits for ArrTeaSea here. She's one of the people in the league that basically doesn't like taking pills too often. You're going to get too many stat downs off of them, and you can see that on Bystro's side with all the pill or the stat down pills that he'd been eating. So again, no bomb for that item rock. All these item rocks are just staring Bystro in the face, just taunting him right now. But Gemini for his boss, that death card does a mass amount, almost like 50% health off of the, or 50% damage to the boss. Very nicely done. Alright, we got Bystro finishing off his boss, getting a little health up and a devil deal out of it. And we got the nail and Brother Bobby in there. He's probably, yep, gonna take the nail. That'll up your damage in the room you're in, also give you a soul heart, also allow you to crush any rock that you walk across. So again, that makes up for the lack of bombs. He could have actually gone back into one of the other rooms there and proceeded to get an item rock if he wanted to. But no such thing doing. He's going to save that for a little bit later on. Again, that'll be some nice health up for Bystro if nothing else, but very slow recharge on that. And ArrTeaSea onto her second boss here, which will be Duke Flies. Excuse me. And you see bombs will rip right on through this particular boss, so if you really want to get through this fight quick, drop a bomb right next to him. Alright, speaking of health up and a devil deal, ArrTeaSea looking at the same thing at the end of her basement too. And the nail shows up for her as well, along with the dead cat with 9 lives available on it. She doesn't want either of them, gonna keep moving right on along to her caves one, so both with Catacombs, the expansion version. Looks like Bystro's gonna say no thanks to that curse room. Maybe he changed his mind. Indeed he did. Good thing he changed his mind. Brimstone in that curse room for Bystro. Wow, good thing you went in there, bro. That became well worth it. So up to 27 cents as well. Oh, that's gonna troll a little bit there. So the flies kind of moved his one bomb that he was gonna get out of that secret room with, and now he has to go take another full heart of damage, leaving back through the curse room that he came in from. So that's a little bit trolling by the game, but hey, welcome to Binding of Isaac. It's what we do. Gotta love this game, just for reasons like that. So Bystro down to a heart and a half, but has Brimstone, and pretty damaging Brimstone, as you can see by the color on it. Darker it is, usually the more damaging it gets. Unless you have, like, blood rights, then it's going to get kind of bright red by the end of it, but moot point. Oof, down to 1 heart. I would have waited a second to fire that if I could have for Bystro. But again, you can see the shot-changing ability of Brimstone is pretty ridiculous. It's kind of nice with that full-on range. See a little bit more health here for ArrTeaSea, and she's going to move right on down to her caves too, so a very slight lead at this point time-wise for ArrTeaSea, as she is technically the floor ahead of Cdrbystro right now. And again, Bystro has to win this one, to force a game 3. ArrTeaSea looking to close it out 2-0 here and get her first win of the year. So both looking for that elusive first win, one of them's going to get it. So Temperance Machine obviously spawns that Heart Machine. Ooh, Bystro was hoping for hearts out of that, but just some money. Speaking of money, he's also got a golden poop in here, which is kind of a pain in the butt to take out with Brimstone. As you can see, it's taking like 5 shots, which is kind of funny, but it will spawn either a bunch of money or the counterfeit penny for you. And on into his item room. Holy water, not the greatest thing. That might be the first time we've seen it taken this year. If you have followed, well, there you see what happens. If you get hit, that's going to wind up spilling holy water on the ground that if anything walks through will take damage. Problem is that will also mess with some of your... Ooh, wow, very nice High Priestess usage right there. But that'll also mess with your followers. It'll change them into Brother Bobby if you're not careful. So you have to kind of watch what you're doing. Oh god, more pills for Bystro. More luck down. Why did you take that? You have no luck anyways. Wow, 2 health down pills. Alright, at least he's not spamming the health down pill that he has. So Bystro has 0 luck on his build at this point, because he's taken, I think, 3 or 4 luck down pills. So let's see, you can see the bra, or Mom's bra, I should say, being enacted by ArrTeaSea. That was one of the last few items that she picked up, I forgot to mention, but it freezes everything in place, allows you to just stand right next to it doing damage if you want. I want to refresh my chat, but I know it's not going to work. Alright, nothing special in that challenge room for Bystro. Again, they're both on caves too right now. ArrTeaSea fighting her boss fight though. We'll see if, and again, she's already been in her item room, wants nothing to do with it. Or wants nothing to do with what's in there at the moment, I should say. I phrased that completely wrong. Either way, gonna get a cube of meat off of this one, and she'll be moving on to her depths one. So Bystro looking to play a little bit of catch-up right now, again, with a pretty good build damage-wise with Brimstone. You'll see him try to line everything up. Wow, I can't believe that didn't kill the champion version. Jeez. So that was a little evil. Oof. That fly doing some wonders there for Bystro. Very nice. Although, again, down very low on health here. But again, getting that spawn, there he seems he's actually going to use his nail right now just to get that extra health. Oh my, and Polyphemus, you want to talk about a good build for Cdrbystro? That just ridiculously multiplied the damage on his Brimstone, so you're about to see some melting occur on the left side. So this comeback may still well be on. Again, Bystro needs to win this, so he'll be flying on through now, not even caring about item rooms. He's going to one-hit just about everything. Bosses, he's basically going to probably 4 to 5 hit everything at the most. So he's going to be playing some seriously quick catch-up right about now. So there you see ArrTeaSea knowing that she's in a dead end, probably just going to keep on flying through. She's really got to find some sort of game-changing item just to be a little bit more on the safe side here. Because as you saw, Bystro just one-hit Chad. So he picks up little Chad, which will spawn red hearts for him every couple of rooms that he clears. And he's on to his depths one. So we're again on the same floor, and there's only about 3 rooms separating the two, if that. So again, this is really, really close right now. And that Brimstone with Polyphemus is a huge game changer for Bystro. And this room. Alright, so let's see. Bystro going to grab those others. Might as well see what he can get to on either side. And red chest in the challenge room. Not really worth it in case you do have to fight everything. There you see great use of Mom's Bra by ArrTeaSea on the right side. Making every one of these globins stay in place. You can see why they're annoying. After you knock them down, they tend to slide across the room, so great move on her part. And as we like to call these, thanks to Zero Game Plan, these giraffes are annoying. I hate these guys so much. Those heads will stretch all the way across the room. If you happen to disattach one of them right when it's moving, it's going to Mach 4 like directly into your face. These things are evil. And there you see Bystro coming across his boss fight. Again, that charge time taking a little bit with the Poly Brimstone, but he's more than happy with this. Going to go straight onto the boss. Probably 1 or 2 hit little or gish here. You see 50% damage. There you see about another 50% almost, and 1 more hit ought to do this fight for him. There you see it. So Little Gish will now be following around Bystro as well, along with another Devil Deal here. So he's not even going to bother with it. I can't say I blame him. Taking his nail on down to the next floor with him, and he's going to get a little more health up relatively soon if he wants it. There we go. So again, that also ups your damage for the room, so you see he's really going to rip through these things now. It's complete and total overkill on these screaming babies right now. Waited for him to line up nicely, and you see ArrTeaSea with her item room here for Depths 1. Ooh, my god, Mom's Knife. What was I saying about wanting a shot changer? We have it, ladies and gentlemen. So, Poly Brimstone on the left, we got Mom's Knife on the right. Uh-oh. The race is on. The race is on. So again, both pretty close to each other right now. Bystro on the floor ahead of ArrTeaSea because he skipped his last item room, not needing it whatsoever. And he will do the same here if he doesn't happen to come across it. Should he find the boss fight first, I guarantee he's fighting that. Will not even worry about his items. And you can see ArrTeaSea's knife, not the most powerful thing at the moment, but still a very big game-changing item. And there you see, again, Bystro with that Polyphemus Brimstone just literally melting everything in his path, including Pride. Just got one hit. My god. So let's see, moving on up. There we see ArrTeaSea's come across her boss fight in Depths 1. So again, still not very far behind. All it takes is coming across these special rooms that you're looking for, and I think at this point ArrTeaSea might be happy enough to just go ahead and skip her item rooms. So we'd have to see exactly how this works out, but real quick she'll melt through Gish here, just like Bystro did. Pretty much about the same time on this fight too, amazingly enough. But she'll wind up with Little Gish as well, firing out those tar balls. And again, let me point out something. Notice that I did say that ArrTeaSea and Bystro both fought Gish and both have Little Gish. Bystro's will only show up if his holy water spills. So Gish has turned into Brother Bobby on him. That's the issue with holy water. So Gish became way less effective of a follower for Bystro. Because until that holy water spills, once it does, that Brother Bobby will flip right back into being Gish. But until that time, it's basically very low damage and no slowdown effect on it. That melting is ridiculous. Oh god, yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna... There you see Little Gish showing back up. Oh, also the small rock, as Bystro's able to walk over anything again with that nail usage. Winds up with a small rock out of his item rock there, so more damage, more shot speed increase, so he's gonna have less time to charge his Brimstone. And walks a little bit slower, but again, more damage for Bystro. That's getting ridiculous. And here comes more health for Bystro as his last item's the Miter. 50% chance that red hearts will spawn as blue soul hearts for him. But again, with the very slight advantage that she's already in her mom's foot fight. I said that correctly for once. ArrTeaSea is waiting until, like you just saw there, the hand shows up, pauses it with mom's bra, and rips right on through it with the knife. So she has got herself an advantage moving on to the womb first. Getting the rotten meat for a little more health up. And also going to take the Polaroid for if she gets down to half a red heart. That will spawn a 5-second damage shield for her per room. Every time she does that too, by the way. So if she gets under half a red heart, like let's say all blue hearts, every time you got hit, that would give you 5 seconds of damage shield. It would also get you into the last level of the game, but we don't have to worry about that in the regular season. We don't go that far. So again, Bystro just looking for this boss fight to get himself as close back up to ArrTeaSea as he can. There you see it. So he's going to fight his mom's foot momentarily. And again, that'll put him on the same floor that ArrTeaSea's at the moment. So again, this is really, really close still. And again, Bystro does have to win. He has a ridiculously powerful build too. Wow. Especially when you use the nail on top of that. That was a good 80% damage to the foot right there. So more fire rate increase on Squeezy, plus a couple more soul hearts. Technically 3 in the room for Bystro. So very nice health build. He's also going to take the Polaroid. But just like that, ArrTeaSea apparently is also borrowing Casper's Inner Compass. And she's come across her boss fights just immediately here. So only 4 rooms to clear and she came across her boss room. Very quickly found. And again, that's all you're looking for in the womb. Even at this point, both of them would just be looking for boss fights anyways. Neither needs an extra item. With what they have, both are very happy right now, I can pretty well guarantee. Alright, here's the problem. ArrTeaSea got kind of hosed over by the usage of the mom's bra because just barely up in the air was Triachnid there. I made that rhyme far too much. Tragnet was just a little bit too far up in the air when she paused it and couldn't actually hit him in any way, shape, or form with a knife, so she got kind of hosed there. Excuse me. And you can see another room that will absolutely hose you over is the one that Bystro's in, especially if you have a long charge time on your Brimstone. That really starts to hurt. But Christina will get through this with now a total of 4.5 red hearts, so she gets a little more health up, and she is going to be moving on down to her womb too. Again, getting the Utero, though, so the expansion level of the floor. Bystro finding his boss fight, so a couple more enemies to clear here, and he will not be far behind. But again, ArrTeaSea just going to speed on through, looking for that Mom's Heart fight as quick as possible. So here we go, the Fallen. Oof, that'll get melted. I was going to say, this is going to wind up getting melted far too quickly for Bystro, but he'll wind up with another Devil Deal item off of this. Again, we've seen both racers today have wound up with the, oh, and a Devil Deal for that matter. But flying in Spectral Tears, Bystro's not even going to bother going into that Devil Deal. He doesn't really have enough hearts to spend on anything. And he's going to move right onto his womb too. Again, Utero for him as well, so both have expansion versions. But again, maybe it helps a little. Bystro can fly, plus he can get away from these things much easier. So like this room, for example, is much easier for Bystro than it would be for ArrTeaSea. And you can see ripping right on through. Mr. Boom, not worthy of replacing your nail with, so the nail goes with Bystro. And again, both just looking for this boss fight here. Bystro looking to even this up 1 apiece. ArrTeaSea looking to take this 2-0 if she can. A little more health up for Bystro. Still nothing showing on either's map, though. Let's see. I'm thinking both might be headed directly towards their boss fight. Lo and behold, ArrTeaSea has found hers. Maybe one... shoot, Bystro's might actually bend back up again, but we'll see what happens. ArrTeaSea into her Mom's Heart fight, looking to end this if she can. There you go. Lo and behold, Bystro has also found his, so oh my, this is going to get really close, guys. So let's see, there's ArrTeaSea putting really good use to her mom's knife once again, making sure that that bomb is actually sitting there. And how quickly can we melt this? Oh my god, is this going to get close, guys? Wow, 50% versus about, oh, wait, make that about 25% left. If Bystro can get one more charge, he's got this. And there you have it. Wow. Whew. That was ridiculously close at the end, but wow, as you can see, Bystro literally... Bystro pretty happy about that one because, wow, 3 hitting Mom's Heart, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you take out a Mom's Heart fight if you can do it. Polyphemus Brimstone, just slightly better than base damage knife, as you can see. But we've evened this up in 1 apiece. ArrTeaSea going to reset anyway, so that death was pretty well pointless. But beside the point, like you can see the Bystro's pretty happy about evening this up. We're going to get both of them reset, so give us a minute on this side. I'm going to run some ads. I'm sorry the chat isn't working. I really wish I could, but... yeah, my heart. I'm waiting to see it. Because I could tell, like, he wrote my heart. I can't see the rest of it, though. Yeah, my heart can't take this. Oh, I love it. My heart can't take this, man. Nor can Mom's heart. See what I did there? Okay, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Anyways, we'll be right back in a minute. We'll get both of these two reset, and then we'll get round number 3 underway, and we'll see who gets their first win of the year here. So we'll be right back in a minute. Thank you guys again for the support. I chatted up with you, but I can't see anything moving, so we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back and we're clear. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Let me see here. Let me get this flip back over. So both actually have their runs reset. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I just chugged lemonade, and obviously that did not work really well. Either way, both have their runs reset. We're just about to start round number 3 here. We're looking for our winner in a best 2 out of 3 between Cdrbystro and ArrTeaSea. And again, both have a win so far. Bystro and ArrTeaSea both had pretty carry runs last time, and that came really, really close at the end. But again, Bystro pulled it out, evened it up here at 1 apiece, and we're going to start game number 3 momentarily. And again, looks like they are both actually possibly good to go. So again, if you can both hear me, God, I really hope that you still can. Either way, if you can both hear me, if you want to fire some shots out, ArrTeaSea already doing so. We'll see if Bystro hears me. Hopefully, hopefully you hear me. But again, there will be a slight delay. I really don't want to pause and unpause either of the videos for fear of it not working again. There we go. Okay, so Bystro's also hearing me. So again, we'll get round number 3 started momentarily here. We'll race on through the womb 2, just like last time. Whoever beats Mom's heart first is going to take your win for the night. So again, good luck to both, and let's count this down from 3, 2, 1, and go. Anytime you hear that, good luck to you both. And again, there will be a very slight delay between the two, as Bystro lives overseas for me, and Christina, well, ArrTeaSea, sorry, lives relatively close to me, so there will most likely be a slight delay. You can see ArrTeaSea taking off just slightly before Bystro. And we got a bomb run building. We got Boom on the left side for 10 bombs, and nothing else real special about that, but 10 free bombs for Bystro. And on the left, on the right side, I'm sorry, we have Anarchist Cookbook for ArrTeaSea, which will spawn, I believe it's 6 random bombs throughout the room whenever you use that. Kind of the same type of bomb that you just saw drop out of that enemy. Ooh, early on Guppy's Tail, Bystro almost thought about it, but he's going to say no. That would have given him Curse up, which would have given him more chance at Devil Deals. Also would have spawned a lot more chests, whether they be locked gray, won't spawn red ones. That's the left hand does that for you. But it would spawn a lot more chests, and it claims that it's also going to drop your key drop rate, but I don't know. I think that's just random. Either way, into a curse room for ArrTeaSea, she also grabs herself Sister Maggie here. So not too upset about that. Once again, that follower with a little bit more damage. One of the tricks I found, I can't push those troll bombs, so I think that's exactly what ArrTeaSea was trying to do there, was push one of the troll bombs from the Anarchist Cookbook a little bit closer into that Duke of Flies boss. And I found that I never get to push them. They just, literally, I walk into them and they go, oh, hey, explode time. And then I take damage, so I don't know if that's normal or not, but I would say let's also see those no crowns as Bystro picks up some money and Pageant Boy, but, you know, again, ooh, God. My reflection for ArrTeaSea, so we got some odd items brewing on this run, but both are off and running with it. My reflection would actually make your shots curve back a little bit towards you. So again, there's a few synergies with that you have to look out for. For example, Ipecac. Don't pick up Ipecac and my reflection unless you want to have a good laughing time where you die in about the next 5 shots. Depends on how much health you have, but you will kill yourself, I guarantee it. And it's funny, but I guarantee you'll wind up dead, so prepare for that. Let's see what that one key Bystro is going to choose his item room. Wow, weird run right now. Portable slot machine, so Bystro is going to do some gambling on the run. Say no thanks to it at this point. Probably just take his D6 back with him. Yeah, let's see, red patch for ArrTeaSea. We saw that before. If you get hit, it gives you a 33% chance that your damage goes up for the room you're in. You look a little more like Meat Boy, so you know when it actually enacts. Oh, holy crap, all of a sudden I have chat. It's like it caught up, like, all of a sudden with, like, stuff that happened, like, an hour ago. Weird. Actually, it was 28 minutes ago, according to the timestamp. That's weird. It still gave me the old timestamps on them. Either way, into another curse room. Bystro gonna keep on popping pills as long as they look like colors he likes. And speed up for him, so worked out okay. He'll use a bomb to get back out of here, though again, rocking 16 cents at the moment. Makes a going into a store quite feasible. And again, ArrTeaSea seeing her boss fight here on basement 2. Which is exactly where Bystro's at right now, so right at the moment, we are going into the same room. And both have the same boss fight, for that matter. Similar runs, anybody? I can deal with that. We had 2 really cool runs last time, and that came right down to the wire. I say we do it again. I love races that come down to the wire like that, so heck yes. And again, speaking on how similar these are, they're probably going to kill these bosses at almost exactly the same time. ArrTeaSea just literally milliseconds ahead here. Getting the cat of nine tails, that 16% shot speed increase, so your shots move faster on screen. And let's see Bystro with more pills. Man, the pills just love tempting Bystro. So he's got 2 bad trip pills, so he'll take one with him, I'm sure. Or he'll accidentally telepill out into his super secret room and have to clear some stuff. Gotta love when the game does that to you, don't you? So all the way back over to his boss fight now. And let's see, one other random pill to take. Ooh, tears down. So he will take this bad trip with him. If he gets down to 1 red heart, that will turn into a full health, just like we saw in the last run for Bystro. And let's see, ArrTeaSea coming across her item room already here in Caves 1. Again, she's got a Catacombs level. That's the expansion version. Bystro's got Caves, so they are on the same floor. It just doesn't seem like it. And into that item room, let's see, ArrTeaSea going to wind up with the Balchinian, so a little bit of health up for her. And speaking of item rooms, Bystro finding his, though no key at the moment to get into it. So he's going to hope for a spawn after these Gish enemies. Again, that golden poop paying dividends, some more money for ArrTeaSea. Oh, that dual bomb in the center of the room that you can't get to is a troll for ArrTeaSea there, but she has found her boss fight, so I'm sure that makes up for it in some fashion. And still with no key, Bystro just hoping for any way to get into that item room. He really doesn't want to leave it behind at this point, I'm more than positive. See, those troll bombs actually hitting ArrTeaSea. This is what I hate about the Anarchist Cookbook. You can take some damage from that. It's still worth it, mind you, but God forbid that you have her in a fantasy league, because I know how that scores, and yeah. So let's see, a little health up for ArrTeaSea, and she'll be moving on to her caves too. And again, this time not getting the expansion version of the floor, so the game's finally being a little bit nicer and not giving out expansion floors for a second or two. Again, it could be a lot nicer and actually give Bystro a key to get into that item room. I'm sure he's thinking the exact same thing right now. He's looking for some type of damage up. Both of them are at this point, I'm sure, but any type of damage up is always welcomed in races, obviously, but anything at all from an item room would be better than not being able to get into it. Even having to leave it behind would make me feel better, just knowing that I saw what was in there. By the way, there you saw the red patch enacted in the last room for ArrTeaSea as well, so she got hit and it upped her damage for her. That was about I want to say it's a 33% chance, but I could be wrong on that. It could be like 10. Pretty much all trinkets seem to be about 10%, so I could be wrong. And there we see still the no-key blues for Bystro, though he has found his boss fight, so he may just be skipping over this item room here on Caves 1. Especially knowing he's behind at this point, he may just leave that behind. Very nicely dodged there by ArrTeaSea. One more enemy to take care of. Open says me. There you go. That's why I hate those things. They take so long to open, especially in a race situation. It's those guys in the red ones in the womb that pop up from the ground. I hate both of those enemies for racing situations. Alright, so Fistula on the left side there for Cdrbystro. He'll be ripping on through those. You'll see it splits quite often, but it's really not too big of a challenge. Just watch out when the small ones here split, they turn into bombs. So you have to kind of watch out for the chain reaction from those. Other than that, very easy boss fight. Alright, one of the tricks of the room that ArrTeaSea is in, make sure that you focus fire on one of these enemies, otherwise, well, she still took damage, but beside the point, otherwise you're going to get cornered by him. So make sure to just immediately focus fire on one of them, especially if you have low damage, because otherwise, like I said, you're getting caught in there and you're taking a lot of hits. See a little health up for Bystro, he'll be moving on to his caves too momentarily. Or not. Apparently he wasn't too happy with that build, like I was going to say, so he was going to move on to his caves too, but not the items that he wanted coming out of there, so Bystro has flat out reset his run. We've seen these methods before. We saw Haku reset on the depths 2, for example, and we saw Lockhart reset just outside of his mom's hard fight. It's all a matter of if you think that the run that you have isn't going to get you anywhere, you might as well reset and try for a new one. So again, Bystro going to put that into effect here in game number 3. A bit of a risky move, but we'll see how it pays off. Again, just a little bit more to kill here on this version of Fistula for ArrTeaSea. I keep wanting to call her Christina. At some point, I'm either going to put Christina on her name tag or I'm going to get used to calling her ArrTeaSea. So help me. I swear I will. There we go, finishing that off. A little more range up with Mom's Lipstick, and she's going to move on to Depths 1. Had to make sure on that one that she was going to move before a reset in-game or anything, so, but no, she moves on to Depths 1. I'm being a smartass now. So again, with a pretty sizable lead at the moment because of that reset that Bystro just did. But again, we'll see how the method pays off. You never know. Last time when Haku did that to himself, he actually got the knife in Basement 1, and it was on from there. So it's all about the timing on doing so, and if you think you're going to get something even slightly better than the nothingness that you had at that point. He had no damage up, no nothing really. It was pretty well worth it. But again, it's all about timing, so we'll see if ArrTeaSea can hang on to this run that she has, possibly find her item rooms and boss fights quickly, and if not, then Bystro's got himself some time that he can make up. So it's all about strategy and a lot of luck, quite honestly. I think I damn near almost quoted Optimus Prime from the Transformers movie. And a lot of luck. By the way, I saw that movie when I was 6 years old in the movie theaters. My parents didn't know what was going to happen. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, at 6 years old, that's not a thing you want to see in a movie. Alright, so let's see, ArrTeaSea, like I said, still on the hunt for both an item room and boss fight here in Depths 1. Coming across his item room, Bystro is going to get homing bombs and 5 extra bombs with Bobby Bomb. Ugh. How many B words can I throw in that sentence? He's going to reset, though. Not too happy with that one. Again, the homing capabilities on those, they help for a lot of boss fights, but let's say that you put a bomb down right there, like Bystro did. The bomb's going to home in on that fly, most likely, if it's chasing you. So it gets to be a little trolly. The other issue is, the other kind of benefit to that is, let's say you're fighting Wrath. The bombs that he drops are going to home right back in on him, unless they're troll bomb, which is weird. I don't understand that, but you have to kind of leave those into him nonetheless still, so can be good, not really the best thing. Speaking of, Book of Sin, so that'll spawn 1 pill this time for Bystro. He liked the color on it, so he's going to take it, so speed up. And he's going to go back, try to find that item room, if nothing else here. And on in, we're going to get Guardian Angel, double speed orbital, so you'll see that'll spin around Bystro at, well, I was going to say twice the speed of the one that ArrTeaSea has, but she doesn't have an orbital, so I'm just going to shut up. But basically, any other orbital would only spin at half of that speed, only block, well, have a chance to block half of the shots. ArrTeaSea into her second to last item room. Oh my, Polyphemus showing again, so wow. Fire rate down, damage way, way up for ArrTeaSea, and she's going to be okay with that, trust me. She'll be quite alright with the tier decay on that. But as you can see, huge, huge tier. She has to kind of think about when she's going to fire, though, just so that she gets the exact lineup that she wants on these, especially with these butt lickers. These things move far too quick, so you really have to line up your shots now. But you can see it goes much slower than the normal tiers. But again, well worth it, very damaging. And on into our boss fight here on Depths 1, gonna get Carrion Queen. And regular version of it, for that matter, so, in my opinion, actually not the easiest. The pink variant of Carrion Queen is actually far easier to kill because she'll spawn hearts behind her that you can kill off and actually injure. This one, on the other hand, just red poops all over the place, and you have to watch out for those. Ugh, Sloth, why you being evil to Bystro here? Jeez Louise. Again, not exactly the mini boss that you ever want to be fighting, but especially in Caves 2, or Basement 2, I should say, Cellar 2, where he's at. Oh, ArrTeaSea down to a heart and a half, make that 2.5, make that, wait for it, 3.5 plus whatever's in here. 4.5, alright, not bad. So we're gonna make sure she doesn't get hit by those red poops. And there you go, moving on down to her depths 2. So again, it says Necropolis, that is the expansion level of the floor. It is the second one though, so it's not an XL, she's already gotten through one of them, so that's how you have to know on this one. No key to get in. Bystro getting no luck off of that Book of Sin either. Really hoping for keys here. And again, you can see great dodging there by ArrTeaSea. Like, of all the enemies to have to get when you have Polyphemus, these are probably the worst. So you're going to have a real hard time lining these shots up correctly. There you go, very nicely cleared. Here's where Polyphemus comes in handy, because you know where you're going to be aiming this thing. So again, when you can 3-hit these, you're doing okay for yourself. And we got a Hangman card for ArrTeaSea. That'll let her fly for the room that she's in. Ugh, more mini greed heads and another shopkeeper. Ugh. I'm not fond of these rooms. At least she has a lot of room to dodge in. Usually I tend to get these rooms with, like, absolute catwalks to have to walk on, and it's physically impossible for me to dodge. I'm sure there's a way, but I've yet to find it. Alright, wants nothing to do with that curse room. Can't say I blame her. Although with the Hangman card, you could only take half damage getting in and out, so that could be far worse, but still, half a heart of damage is a lot to worry about taking here. We got Abel for Bystro. At this point, he's pretty much got to take him. So there you see Abel going to float around the room in the opposite pattern that Bystro's moving, along with shooting the opposite direction. Yeah, I'm going to get pinned for his second boss. I was going to say, was that bomb timed well enough, and just barely, so he did still hit pin with it. I do mean just barely. Let's see, how do you bother with this one? I was going to say, I would probably drop that Anarchist Cookbook to see what I could do. This may work beautifully. Alright, killing off, well, I don't know how the hell that happened. What happened there? How in the hell did you kill off masks without killing off the hearts? What on earth? Okay, that was a weird glitch. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Either way, ArrTeaSea getting relatively lucky there. Let's see if she can do the same with this Judgy. I'd ask for a Judgy please, but again, I can't really see chat, so if you guys are talking and I just can't see it, Judgy please it up. Ooh. That's a Judgy no thank you right there, I think, for ArrTeaSea. That is, we'll see if she uses it. I don't even know. Although taking a little damage on the way up, but that was Kamikaze. Again, you can basically make yourself into a bomb if you want to. We've seen a few racers use it, but only one has actually survived while using that this year, so it's kind of a taboo-ish type of item. Alright, so getting both her item room and boss fight here, ArrTeaSea is going to get the teleporting remote. She'll say no thanks to that. I think it kind of writes for itself there. It'll let you teleport every couple of rooms. Not the greatest thing ever, especially if you're going down into the womb. I kind of really worry about people teleporting after seeing Magic D250 do it in the first season. But she gets regular Mom's Foot here, so nothing too scary. Although again, with Polyphemus, it's going to take a while to clear out some of these ads, just because you have to worry about lining them up. And there we see another item room and boss fight attached, though Bystro has no key to get into it again. It's becoming a normal thing for him at this point. So again, he'll move straight onto his boss fight, gonna get Pestilence, and wind up with a cube of meat off of it. And there you see the Book of Shadows usage, gives you 12 seconds of invincibility shield. So Bystro will put that to use and just faceplant the boss here. And about halfway through Christina's, ArrTeaSea, sorry's, mom's foot fight. So not too much more to kill off here. Those are the enemy spawns that I hate the most. Those things will home in on you so fast, and then sometimes Mom will crush them, and you just get face-planted by that quad shot. I detest those things. You see ArrTeaSea putting good use to the hand popping out. And Bystro moving on to his caves too right now, so he's going to get an expansion floor again. Wants nothing to do with the challenge room. That's just extra added time that he doesn't have at the moment. And there you see ArrTeaSea finishing off that boss fight. Going to get a little bit more health up. Probably going to consider that Polaroid. We'll see. Yep, yes indeed she will. Again, if she gets down to, oh, maybe not. Let's go with Red Patch instead. That'll up her damage if she gets hit per room. So she'll keep the same one with her. And again, down into the Womb 1, there are no more item rooms. Just 2 boss fights that she's looking for. Excuse me. She may come across, in both floors, there will be super secret and seeker rooms. There will be no stores, no item rooms, though, like I said. So at the best, you're going to get a library or an arcade. And even at that point, not really that important for her. The library, maybe she could wind up with a better book than that Anarchist Cookbook, but we'll have to see if she even gets lucky enough to find one. And there you see Bystro finding his Caves 2 boss fight already. Though again, no item room yet, and no key to get into it, even if he had found it. So we'll see how this pans out. He's at least going to go in and fight Wretched here. We'll see if he moves on to the next floor or not, though. Very nice dodging on both parts there, so a little bit of health up for ArrTeaSea. And yet another dead end, so again, just going to have to turn back around, see what you can find. By the way, in that situation, put the bomb all the way up at the top of that particular thing that ArrTeaSea just bombed through. And at least give yourself a chance, top or bottom for that matter, and give yourself a chance at a super seeker room. Alright, so ArrTeaSea finishing off that other dead end. And now which way will we try? Let's go off to the right. Maybe this time we'll get something better. A little bit of gambling possible for her. Like I said, there's a library like I was talking about. She does have a key to get into it. Maybe she's going to find something to replace that Anarchist Cookbook. Again, Bystro catching up nicely here already in the Depths 1. Ooh, there we go. So Book of Sin will spawn 1 random item for ArrTeaSea. Thankfully getting a soul heart out of that, very nice. And Book of BOILeR will be time and a half damage multiplier for the room that she's in, so she's definitely going to take that to replace her Anarchist Cookbook. Again, no keys, can't even get near that thing in the center. And finding her boss fight right off the bat, so, well, not right off the bat, but right after finding that book, I should say. So right as I talk about the library, lo and behold, it's going to pay off for her. And Larry Jr. getting killed off here. So you're gonna look for some health up, if nothing else, out of the poop. No such luck. And moving on in. Who should we gonna get? Ooh, Skull-X, very easy boss fight. So again, I don't know that ArrTeaSea is even gonna bother using the Book of BOILeR. pretty much no reason to. And Bystro onto his boss fight, gonna get Monstro. And of course getting the really fast version of it, so he's just gonna pop his Book of Shadows and just make sure that he stands right in front of it the entire time. Alright, a couple more hits here for ArrTeaSea. There you go. Ooh, and a God Room off of this too, so a little bit of health. We get the Magic 8 Ball for shot speed increase, so you'll see your shots actually move a heck of a lot faster. Wheel of Fortune for a little bit of gambling, if nothing else. And Guardian Angel, so again, you see that double speed orbital, block some shots for ArrTeaSea. She's going to gamble up in here, see if she can't get anything good. Needing some heals at this point. Come on, hearts. Come on, hearts. There we go. At least it's something. At least it was something. Come on, hearts. Last time I said this will work just fine. Come on, hearts. Or keys. Don't necessarily need those, but hey, she has one. There's a heart for her. Exactly what ArrTeaSea's looking for off of this machine. Oop, that may end this one. Yep, lo and behold, it did. Random Troll Bomb coming out of it ends her gambling a little bit early, but she'll take that Hangman card on with her and move on to the Womb too. So again, looking for a Mom's Heart fight and nothing else down here. And possibly looking to win this one 2-1. Bystro not far behind though on the depths too, keep in mind. Again, Bystro still has an item room to find if he comes across it, though I think at this point may actually be willing to skip over it and for means of actually going a little bit faster time-wise. But again, we'll have to see. It just depends on what he comes across first. Really no way to tell without a compass. And there we see an arcade for ArrTeaSea that she's going to head on into. Was probably hoping for the other type of machine to gamble with, but I'm sure she'll be okay. Oh wow, so much money coming out of that heart machine. Holy crap. And there's some health. That's what she was looking for in the long run. So a lot of health up there for ArrTeaSea, getting almost a full heal out of exploding everything in the arcade. And moving right on along. Like I said, still just looking for that Mom's Heart fight here. Again, Bystro at this point looking for his mom's foot, so you can see the 2-floor differential at this point. And again, that was all because of a reset that Bystro did earlier on. He was getting very, very terrible items on his first run. Proceeded to reset on, I believe it was Caves 2. So you can see where the time differential came into play. Alright, let's see. Judgy, please, possibly for Bystro. Judgy, thank you. A little bit of health up for him. So again, ArrTeaSea going to back right out of that dead end that she's found. And with no key, isn't going to bother getting into that locked chest. Oh god, another dead end, so she'll bomb right back out of here as well. Again, now the question becomes, does she really wish that she would have gambled in that arcade, possibly? Got another dead end. This one's going to be very easy to kill off with no effort, though, so ArrTeaSea will just walk to the center of the room, make that Mimic kill itself on the orbital. Random pill. Is it worth it? Do you just want to fly instead? Yep, she's going to be able to fly instead, so the Hangman card will go with ArrTeaSea. The pill's a little too risky, possibly. Any type of tier rate down would just be brutal for ArrTeaSea at the moment. personally, for me, and okay, now in the room that ArrTeaSea's in, I would hate the fact that if I bombed the wrong direction at this point, that I would have to go back through here, but I would actually be willing to bomb through this room twice if that were the case. These enemies are so impossible for me to line up, especially with slow-firing Polyphemus. There we go. Very nicely done. Now, this room I'm definitely bombing back out of, and again, ArrTeaSea's going to do the exact same thing here. Very nice dodging there. And back off to the right, so it's got to be somewhere over here. The boss fight will be somewhere in this direction. There's that last item for Bystro again. He's at 1.5 hearts right now. Ooh, but he will take that virus. It's still Poison Touch. He's going to need some heals to make that useful. But again, if anything hits him, that will actually poison them. So damage over time affected to anything that runs into him. So it's still a nice damage up, but again, you have to hit or be hit to have that actually have any effect. Ooh, Judgment card. So let's see another Judgy, please, even though I can't actually see it happening. But nonetheless, Bystro asking for any sort of good item here. A little more health up. Now he's talking. So he's going to be very happy with that. Move on in. Again, that burn penny spawning some bombs when he picks up pennies for him. There you see that 12 seconds of damage shield. Again, this is where it comes in real handy to have Virus Touch. That Book of Shadows is going to synergize very well with it. Basically what happens is Bystro is able to walk into anything that he wants to with Poison Touch and that damage shield enacted, and it will actually add poison to him. So mostly killing everything that he runs directly into. Couple more hits, Bystro will be done with Mom's Foot here. Oh, just barely not enough to kill it. There you go. That'll finish it off. Little damage up with Jesus Juice. And Polaroid and another heal, so he's up to 2 hearts. ArrTeaSea at 2.5 right now, so both living in Sketchville. There's ArrTeaSea's boss fight. Oh god, speaking of Sketchville, this room. There we go. Very nicely cleared there on that Brimstone Eye. That's what I'm worried about with these. These things spawn at the worst spots on you sometimes. ArrTeaSea down to 1.5 hearts right now. Excuse me. You got Bystro down at 1 heart as he moves on to his Womb 1. So both in the Womb right now, both living very sketchy on hearts. ArrTeaSea looking at what could be the last boss fight, but again, 1.5 hearts. It's whew, gotta hope some sort of heart spawns in here. Let alone gotta worry that these things actually spawn in some relatively decent location at some point for you. That could help. There we have it. Oh, Cancer will double ArrTeaSea's fire rate. That's nice. Hierophant card, 2 soul heart heals. Wow, this has been like the greatest room that ArrTeaSea could have possibly asked for. So that'll double the fire rate of ArrTeaSea's shots with Cancer. Very nice timing on that, let alone the 2 heart heals. So very, very, very lucky room right there. She's going to pop the Hangman card for ability to fly. Now she doesn't have to worry about any of the blood on the ground that Mom's shots later on in the fight will produce for her. So looking kind of nice right now here. Already about 10% of the way on through this fight. See everybody's strategy of dropping bombs in the center. Also that 1.5 damage multiplier now that she has the clearance to do so. So again, ArrTeaSea will really start melting everything in her path right about now. And Bystro's going to have to really rush in hopes that he doesn't keep finding dead ends like he just walked into again. But again, he's still 1 full floor and 1 boss fight behind where ArrTeaSea is at. So he's got lots of room to make up. ArrTeaSea looking, oh well, and there goes that chance too, because now Bystro down. Ouch. Again, that's the one bad part about being in the Womb. Everything hits you from 1 full heart of damage, so if you're low on health, you run a real risk. And there you see it. So at about the 50% mark here, ArrTeaSea looking even better for herself at the moment. And again, oh, just shy of keeping Mom's heart out the rest of the battle. Yeah, there's a, damn it. Freedom, damn it. technically got you out of the womb. That is freedom, Bystro. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Either way, though, below the 50% mark, couple more hits might keep Mom's heart out the rest of the time, and there you have it. You can see when the red shots start firing out of Mom's heart. That means it'll stay out and let you damage it directly the rest of the fight if you want to. Again, you still have to worry about the rest of the ads on the screen, but in this case, pretty slow-moving Chub, nothing really to fear. And again, with all the flying ability, that red blood on the ground means absolutely nothing to ArrTeaSea. One more shot, and nothing means anything anymore. ArrTeaSea's got her first win of the year, so ladies and gentlemen, give it up for ArrTeaSea if you can actually chat to anybody at the moment. But give it up for ArrTeaSea. She has won 2-1 here over Cdrbystro. Very, very nicely done. That Polyphemus damage was... Woo.